Hey guys, Happy New Year! I hope you had a beautiful, fun and relaxing Christmas and New Year's. As you can see, I'm sitting next to my Christmas tree. I will be taking it down tomorrow, but I just wanted to enjoy it for a little bit longer. And now that it's January, I hope that you're busily working towards your New Year's goals and habits. Instead of resolutions, I prefer to focus on goals and creating new habits. Last year, my habit that I successfully created was a consistent and disciplined gym routine. And so my goal this year is to maintain that. And my new habit that I'm creating, my new goal that I'm working towards this year is gut health. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but if you know, the gut is the second brain. And if your gut health is in check, it really helps with your mental health also, your clarity and your cognitive skills, as well as your nervous system. Basically, if your gut is good, you radiate beauty and health, and that's my focus for this year. So I've bought some supplements and I'm trying to drink more water. That's my main goal this year, as well as maintaining my gym routine. So do you have any goals or habits that you're creating this year? If you do, leave them in the comment section down below because I would love to know. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Bryony and I post videos including social commentary and social media reactions. So if you like the sound of that, why not subscribe? Something that we have all been looking forward to in January 2024 is the release of Epstein's client list. His little black book, his flight log of elite, rich, powerful, famous people that would fly out to his island and engage in, well, I think we all know what they were doing. And so far, a few files have been released and the hype around it is massive. It's all over social media and even the mainstream media are reporting on it. And actually, I don't think there's really too much information that's been released so far that we didn't already know. Basically, Epstein and Ghislaine, they were having their powerful, rich, elite friends flying out to their island or visiting them in their homes, getting massages from underage girls, and we haven't really learnt too much more than that. There's been a few names that have already come out, like Prince Andrew and Bill Clinton. These aren't really things that we didn't already know. However, some other interesting stuff has been coming out, and I couldn't help but be fascinated by these paintings that Epstein had in his homes. Have you seen them? Do you know these paintings that I'm talking about? I just thought, wow, how interesting that he had these paintings commissioned and hung them up in his home. What does it mean? Because there's a meaning behind them, surely. So let's just have a little look at them, hey? So this first painting is obviously Bill Clinton wearing Monica Lewinsky's famous blue dress, and he's posing in a playful, kind of seductive little way on this chair. And apparently this painting was hanging in like the main entryway of one of Epstein's homes. And it's funny, obviously, it's humorous. I had a laugh when I first saw it, but I couldn't help but think that to have a painting like this of such a powerful person displayed so prominently where anyone that entered his home would see it, that's a real power move, isn't it? And it really makes you wonder what information, what dirt Epstein had on Clinton, that he felt confident to make this kind of embarrassing portrait of him and hang it up where all of his guests and visitors would see it. That's ballsy. That's a real power move. And it goes to show that Epstein had some dirt on Clinton. And this was like a power move, like a big dick. If you mess with me, I've got the dirt, and you know it. You know it so much that I can put this painting up here where everyone can see it, and there's not a thing that you can do. And that reminds me of one of the other things that came out in these files was that when the police first raided Epstein's properties, they came across all of these tapes and videos of who knows what. And the police apparently and conveniently didn't have a warranty to seize these videos and these tapes, but they took photos of them just to document that they were there. And by the time the police came back to seize them, of course, they were gone. But it makes you wonder, what exactly was on those tapes and videos? I'm imagining that there would be a lot of video documentation of rich, powerful, elite, famous people engaging in some very questionable, probably illegal activities. And this was sort of like blackmail that Epstein could use to hold over these people. And it makes you wonder why. Why do you think he needed to collect all of this documentation? I'd love to know your opinions. All of my opinions that I'm sharing in this video are all based on information that's already readily out there. It's alleged. It's all poorly kept secrets. Okay, so if any of this turns out to be incorrect, of course I'll come back and make another video and we can discuss that. But at the moment, what it seems like is that Epstein perhaps was involved in the CIA, which is how he was able to get away with everything that he did, which was how he was able to access all of these people and all of these, and have them in all of these situations. But I also tend to believe that he was probably involved with Mossad. So kind of like a double agent kind of situation. And I'm thinking that maybe that is why he was collecting documentation and blackmail material against particularly American politicians, because then that's information that could have been given to the Israeli government. So it's all very interesting. Remember, this is just alleged, but I think that's kind of looking like that's the way it was. I'd love to know your opinion down below in the comments. Why do you think Epstein was collecting and hiding these videotapes? Now, this second painting, this one was my favorite. As you can see, it's George W. Bush sitting on the ground cross-legged like a child, and he's playing with two paper aeroplanes in front of two fallen Jenga towers. What do you think about that? It makes me wonder what kind of information Epstein had about Bush. Why would he have had this painting commissioned? Look at the look on George W. Bush's face. He's smiling and laughing, almost like a child, playing a game on the floor. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Now, I think it's pretty fair to say that a lot of people know, or at least suspect, that 9/11 was an inside job. There's plenty of information out there. There's even YouTube videos that talk about it as if it's a conspiracy theory. But remember that footage that came out, and it was George W. Bush, what he was doing during the 9/11 attacks. And it was video footage of him at a school reading a story to a class of children. And then some guy came up and like whispered in his ear, telling him what had happened. And the look on his face, like arguably maybe he was just trying to keep it cool in front of the children so they didn't see him freak out. But he didn't seem surprised to me. He didn't seem that surprised. And I really genuinely think that America needed like a Pearl Harbor style event to unite the American people to get behind a war that otherwise wouldn't have had any real justification. The reasons for that, I mean, oil, power and control, the reasons for it, there could be plenty. But the fact that Epstein would have this painting commissioned and hang it up somewhere, it tells me that he knew a secret. He knew a secret about George Bush and 9/11, perhaps that it was orchestrated by the American government, and because he knew this secret, he was able to have this painting and hang it up, and so that anyone in American government would know, I know the secret, I have the dirt on you, so you will fall in line with what I want and what I say. And oh man, wow, what do you think of these artworks? I think that they are super interesting, and I'd love to know your opinions, and I wonder if he had any more like this. I know that we've been looking forward to more information about Epstein coming out, and I want us to remember that there would be a reason why this information is being released gradually now, why they're kind of drip feeding this information, and why it's being so discussed on mainstream media. We need to remember that everything they show us is to distract from the things that they don't want us to be looking at. Like a magician, in a way. It's like you look at what's going on over here, but you don't see what they're doing over here. An illusion. So even though this information is really cool and interesting, and we've all been looking forward to it for so long, and there's nothing wrong with being interested in it, we need to remember that it could just be a distraction from something more important. So while we're enjoying the spectacle of what's going on at the moment with all of this Epstein information being released, remember to pay attention to what they're not talking about. Because I feel like this is a distraction from something else that's going on. And who knows what that could be? The WHO Treaty? I don't know, I'm just putting that out there. But just remember to enjoy this information that's coming out, but also look at what they're not talking about, because that's what they're genuinely trying to distract us from. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting. If you did, please hit the like button. That would mean so much to me. Please follow me on X, BrionyTwitX. You can also find me on Truth, BrionyTruth, and Instagram, bryony.insta. Have a great day, guys, and until next time, mwah, bye.